Peace, 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 family. Public enemy number one. Targeted in America. Gang stalked in America. I was listening to Pastor Darby, right? And he said something that made me do some thinking, right? And it made me think that uh we've kind of been targeted our whole lives. This isn't just something that just came out of nowhere because we started thinking a certain way or we started speaking on certain subjects, or looking up certain subjects. You know what I'm saying? And the reason I say that is because first I'm gonna say, what he said that got me to thinking that. He said he made a comparison as far as you know, the so-called chosen ones. Um, when you're on your path of enlightenment and the closer you get to truth, excuse me, he was just saying like if you watching football and when they do the kickoff, when this guy catches the ball, like the attack isn't that strong. You know what I'm saying? Like the kicker, he's really not involved in stuff like that because he's really not expecting you to make it to the 50-yard line, right? And the closer you get to the 50-yard line, to crossing over on the opposing teams, um, into their territory, the stronger the attack gets, right? And that's what I think it is with us at this point. I think that they've known that something in our DNA they have known that we're the type that would be on the search for truth, and we've been on this search for truth. I know I have, you know what I'm saying? Like I just wasn't one to believe anything. You know what I'm saying? I always had my own way of thinking and my own way of seeing things. You know what I'm saying? And I always did my own research. But when I got in my when I got like right closer to my 30s, I really started to, what I'm saying, really get into truth seeking, and it was to a point where like I just had to, know my truth and to know the truth about certain things or what the truth was to me. You know what I'm saying? It just had to I had to dig a lot deeper. And that's when the attack for me really got strong. Like that's when I really got into being gang stalked. You know what I'm saying? When I just wasn't settling for what I was being told. And I've always, you know what I'm saying, been been that kind of thinker. But going back to why I said that I think that we've been attacked we've been um targeted our whole lives is because like as I've been doing some reflecting lately. As I think about my childhood, you know what I'm saying. I know mine is in relation to my blood type and stuff. I think you know, but also like I've been doing some thinking about like the treatment and stuff I received as a child, like just not from uh my family, because my grandmother treated me like a like a king. But she always seen the greatness in me, but like never got that from my mother, and never met my father. But my father was in but I've spoken with him before. But I'm getting off track right now. But let me get to my point. Um, just just some of the mistreatment that you received, like what I'm saying, not as coming up, that just wasn't warranted. You know what I'm saying? And I know other targeted individuals know what I'm talking about. So in a sense, like I think that we've been targeted because for our for whatever reason, you know what I'm saying. But I feel like we've been targeted our whole lives. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion, I really do. Before I was like, okay, I've been targeted for like since about 2012, 2013, or somewhere in there, you know what I'm saying? But like that's when I came to the understanding, like when I look back, that things were, you know, more visible at that point, and it was more surface level stuff being done, rather, you know. But once I sit down and I really do, I really think about this. I've always been an independent thinker, and I feel like you have too, and I think we've been targeted for that. I've always been the outspoken one. I've always been the one to, the child, like when something didn't make sense, I would ask questions and I would voice, you know what I'm saying, why it didn't make sense to me. You feel me? And you get, sometimes you get targeted for that, for being that outspoken person, and I feel like I'm not the only one who's been that way. And me being an adult, I can see that in a child. Like I see a child who's, an outspoken child who's not who would you would consider the black sheep, because he doesn't have that hive mindset, or she doesn't have that hive mindset. You know, it's easy to see. You know, and if you have, and I come from a family where everybody really believed the same thing, and if you don't believe the same thing, then you get hated for it. But the thing about my targeting is that, like, it made me, like, everything that I thought I knew, it really confirmed it. Everything that I thought I was feeling and I was tripping on, it really confirmed it. Because every individual that crossed me, I've always said, like, my mom would be like, I always said it about her too. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that tell you, I'd be like, she don't fuck with me like that. But excuse my language, but I always used to say, she'll be like, your uncle this or your cousin. I'll be like, they don't mess with me like that. She, what you mean? That's your cousin, or that's your whatever, that's your so and so. But like, nah. And it's something that I already knew. You know what I'm saying? I've always been discerning. You know what I'm saying? But like being in this situation, and those same individuals who crossed me, it was just something I already knew. That's why I really didn't. I wouldn't really wasn't bothered by it. I really wasn't like, oh, I can't believe my uncle or my cousin would do something like this, because it's something I already knew. Like even a friend of mine who, I got to stop using the word friend so loosely, but an acquaintance of mine, who crossed me, I've already known who this individual was, and this individual has a drinking problem. And like, I'm not mad at this person, because this person isn't even loyal to themselves. They're not even loyal to their betterment. So I expect them to cross me. You feel me? And these are the individuals that's in this program. That are working with those who have us in the program, rather. You know what I'm saying? And I just been doing some reflecting, man. Since I've been back in Georgia. And on another note too, just today I'm just shoot from the hip. But I was reflecting back to the tactics they used against me. I was moments that I'm proud of myself, because I feel like certain things have been presented to me again, and I've evolved from it. Like when you're doing, like, I told you in my part, I'm the man. I was doing very well, always have been, ambitious, outgoing, and stuff like that. And for me to come up like I did, and to lose all of that, and have to be walking around here now. You feel me? I'm walking around here, my old neighborhood, my old, not neighborhood, but my old spot where I grew up at, and area that I grew up at, rather. And you know my head held high though. You know what I'm saying? It's not. I'm not like before. I was like, man. I was kind of ashamed. You know what I'm saying? Because I was like, man, I can't believe that. You know what I'm saying?